Now you might notice I've changed the table a little bit, because before I had to join some of these, what we call cells, together. And to make it easier on my graphing, and to tell the machine I want to graph, what I had to do was break these apart. So I went up to this one up here, and I was able to break that. Instead of being one whole big area, it was now 4 small parts. So now I'm just going to go through and graph this and see what it looks like. So I'm going to highlight the parts that I want. That. So I'm highlighting the parts that I want. There we go. And I'm going to say graph it. Now, that is so amazingly confusing. So let's fix it up a little bit. How about we use a line graph? So we just put a line graph in. Right. Now, this does not much better, really, when we look at it. We've got lines all over the place. We've got things up the side telling us what's going on. And we can work from there. But we really need to sort this out. All right, I can see I've got numbers here, but nothing here. Now, a good graph has something down here with what we changed, which was our days, wasn't it? And up here was our heights, what we measured. And that's always the way we do it. So let's fix it up. So we've got a line chart. Now, if I come across here for the setup, I can go through on this. This is the x-axis here, the flat one. Now, that's what we had. And as I said to you, the best thing that would be if we told them that's what's our days. And look what happens. That is so much more like a graph that is going to get you good mastery scores. Right, so if we've noted the days are here, we don't need, well, we've got, look up here, it tells us we've got a graph. The blue line here is days. So we don't need that. So what we do is we go to what's called the series. The series are all these different values here. So I'm going to go through and remove that one. Just skip it. Right, now look what's happened. So we've got things now going okay in here, but of course to make the most out of what we've just done, we need to maximise our scores. So how do we do that? Now let's go to Customise. Just going to follow the normal ways of graphing now. We're going to Customise. We've done chart styles, so let's go to the next one. Chart axes. Now I'm going to go through the first thing. What is a good title? Now, saying days versus height is not really what we want. So how do we say how the height of, now we were using mung beans. So I'm going to give it this thing. So I'm going to say how the height of mung beans changed when we had a different, instead of saying amounts, I want to use a science word. And we're using a liquid, so that would be volumes of water. So that's our title. Now the height of mung beans changed when we added different volumes of water. Now let's go through and do the rest. You can see we need to have on the bottom, this was a measure of days. We don't need units, we just need to tell it what it is. Days don't have unit, days are units themselves, aren't they? Now then if we go to the one at the side, it was the height of mung beans. But this one, height, does have a units, and they were cms, or centimetres. Right, so look, our graph's getting so much better. It's so much better. Right, so I've finished that one. I'm going to stop it there. Now I'm going to go to the next one. Then I'm going to go to the next one underneath that. This thing here is called a legend. Now before I go any further, I've got to change this one. Look, everyone else has got the word of sitting in there. So I'm going to double click on this. And look what I can do. It means I can change the typing. So I'm going to add of, and then click out somewhere else. And there it is. I've changed it. Now this is a thing called the legend. Now the legend or key is part of what's going I'm not real sure it looks best here. So I'm going to move it. So I'm going to go to Legend Position. Let's have a look what it looks like underneath the bottom. That's the next one there. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Not quite sure if that's the one I want. That one would be okay. I don't like it across there. Look at that. That's, oh, no, don't like that one. How about the other side? Yeah, that looks pretty good too. Right? So we can change it. I might just leave it there. So we know what these lines mean. This tells us what the coloured lines mean. But I think we've got a problem, Houston. I think we do have a problem. I think the red and the orange ones are a little bit close together in colour. So how about we go and change that? So I'll get out of the legend. I'll go to what's called the series. Remember, series are these things. So let's go to series. And it says, do I want to change every series, the whole lot of them, or do I only want to change one? Well, I think I'll change the one. And I'm going to get rid of, I don't mind blue, red, yellow and green. They're all good. How about I do this one? And I'm only dealing with the orange line now, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to, I think we'll go pink. Pink will be a vastly different colour to anything else, and so I'll be able to easily see what's going on. Right, I've got it done. Now I can safely copy and paste this into my report. And then I can go and talk about what's going on with my lines. The good thing with my lines is they're all going up. They start off low on this side and rise. All of them, every last one of them. We can see the blue ones rises the least. The pink one rises the most, and that might help us make some hints about what's going on later on. All right, I think I might stop there. So we've just learned how to take a table which has got 5 different things going on in it and make it into one graph, and that means we can easily compare what's going on with these things. Great. If you can do that, your life's going to be so much easier. Right, I'm going to stop there.